Let's start by talking about the top 3 questions people ask about TypeScript. What is TypeScript? Why do we need it? And how is it different from plain or vanilla JavaScript? Well, TypeScript is a programming language created at Microsoft to address some of the shortcomings of JavaScript. You can think of it like the brother or sister of JavaScript. JavaScript is like a kid without any discipline who does whatever he or she wants. TypeScript, on the other hand, is like a kid with some discipline. Now, technically speaking, TypeScript is a programming language built on top of JavaScript, so every JavaScript file is a valid TypeScript file. But TypeScript adds some really cool features to JavaScript that help us build more robust and maintainable applications in less time. The most important feature TypeScript offers is static typing. What does that mean? Well, we have 2 types of programming languages, statically typed and dynamically typed languages. In statically typed languages like C++, C#, and Java, we know the type of variables at compile time or while coding. For example, we can declare a variable of type integer, and this variable can only hold integer values, nothing else. So we cannot set it to a string or another type of object. In dynamically typed languages like JavaScript, Python, and Ruby, the type of variables is dynamic. So it's determined at runtime, and it can also change. So we can declare a variable, set it to a number, and then later on change it to a string. So this variable does not have a fixed or a static type. The type is determined and may change at runtime. Now this is great and gives us a lot of flexibility, but it can also lead to problems. What if we pass this variable to a function that expects a number? Then our application might misbehave or crash. Now the problem is that we will not know about these issues until we run our application or our unit tests. Well, assuming that we have them in place. So we have to test every function with various edge cases to catch these bugs. And this is the problem that TypeScript tries to solve. TypeScript is essentially JavaScript with type checking. With TypeScript, we explicitly set the type of our variables upon declaration, just like how we code in statically typed languages. Then we pass our code to the TypeScript compiler, and the compiler will tell us if we are doing something wrong. So we can catch a lot of our mistakes at compile time. So if we declare a variable as a number, we cannot set it to a string. The TypeScript compiler is going to stop us right there, and this happens at compile time. So we don't have to run our application or our unit tests and test every piece of code to catch these errors. We can catch a lot of them simply by compiling our application, okay? But TypeScript is more than just type checking. Most code editors these days have great support for TypeScript, so they can detect the type of our variables and offer productivity boosting features like code completion and refactoring. Also, TypeScript includes additional features that help us write cleaner and more concise code. Now, over time, these features get added to JavaScript, but because we have various browsers and runtime environments for executing JavaScript code, it takes some time until these features are implemented in various browsers. So by coding in TypeScript, we can use the features of future JavaScript. So in a nutshell, TypeScript is built on top of JavaScript, and we can use it wherever we use JavaScript, on the front end or the back end. So anything we can do with JavaScript, we can also do with TypeScript. Now, all these great benefits aside, let's talk about the drawbacks of TypeScript. First, with TypeScript, there's always a compilation step involved because at this time, browsers don't understand TypeScript code. So we have to give our code to the TypeScript compiler to compile and translate into JavaScript. This process is called transpilation. Second, with TypeScript, we have to be a bit more disciplined when writing code. So if you're a lazy programmer like our famous old John Smith and want to get things done quickly, you may feel TypeScript is getting in the way. And that's true. But if you're working on a large project with multiple developers, you would end up wasting more time coding in vanilla JavaScript and catching those nasty bugs. So then you really want to use TypeScript. For simple applications, you can totally get back to old vanilla JavaScript if that's what you prefer. All right, that's all about TypeScript. Next, we're going to set up our development environment.